Mullein has been heralded as a healing herb since ancient times. The tea is made from the leaves of Verbascum thapsus. This flowering plant is native to Europe, Africa and Asia, but it's gradually been moved to other countries. Today it's widely present in the United States and in New Zealand. Traditional healers have used mullein in a variety of forms in the past. However, the tea has caught on the most, especially in the US. This is likely because of the refreshing and tasty nature. Additionally, the mullein is easy to cultivate in many places, even occurring as a weed along the streets and the rail tracks across the US. The leaves can be dried and used as a tea quite easily. The mullein tea contains many helpful compounds including saponins, flavonoids, glycosides, tannins and terpenoids. Many studies have reported the potential benefits of the drink. Studies on the mullein extract have shown it has a potent effect against some bacterial strains, such as E. coli, Staphylococcus pyogenes, Klebsiella pneumonia, Staphylococcus aureus, and Staphylococcus epidermidis. In addition to its antibacterial properties, the mullein also has astringent activity. All of these properties make the mullein potentially beneficial against middle and outer ear infections, usually caused by bacteria. One study concluded the herbal mullein eardrops were just as effective as anesthetic ones. Also, reports have shown the mullein is useful for relieving ear pain in children. More research is required to ascertain the best strategy for use. One of the earliest recorded uses of mullein was to alleviate breathing difficulties. Nowadays, the leaves are used for several respiratory conditions, particularly for asthma. Experts suggest the mullein's anti-inflammatory properties are the primary reason that it's good for asthma. Inflammation isn't harmful by itself. It's one of the body's natural responses to foreign invaders. However, if the inflammation response persists for too long, it becomes a problem. This is referred to as chronic inflammation, and this is the case in asthma and many respiratory conditions. Inflammation makes the airway lining swell and produce mucus, increasing the chance of an asthma attack. Aside from asthma, other medical conditions that can result from chronic inflammation include adrenal fatigue. This syndrome is a common condition where the body's adrenal glands become fatigued due to prolonged stressors and they can't keep up with the body's demand for the adrenal hormones. Studies have shown the mullein can reduce inflammation in the body. The chief chemical responsible for this is verbacicide, and this prevents the oxidative stress, a common cause of the inflammation. Inflammation can cause oxidative stress to a point where the body's neuroendometabolic stress response system can't handle. This system is the body's stress coping mechanism, and dysregulation of it leads to adrenal fatigue. Ultimately, mullein tea can help to soothe the bronchioles, relieving asthma. Also, the tea can help to alleviate upper respiratory tract conditions like bronchitis, COPD and tonsillitis. Mullein tea can also help to improve the overall digestive health. There's several ways that it can do this. For starters, one study confirmed the mullein extract has anti-helminthic or anti-parasitic properties against parasitic roundworms and tapeworms. Additionally, the mullein extract has been found to be helpful against bacterial strains that cause intestinal illnesses like nausea, vomiting and diarrhea. These strains include E. coli and B. cereus. Mullein extract might be useful against some viral infections. One of these viruses is influenza A. This is responsible for the flu. The mullein extract also acted on the pseudorabies virus strain of the herpes family. However, all studies on the subject so far have been done in test tubes. Proper human research is required before definitive claims can be made. Recurrent viral infections can result from a failure of the inflammation circuit in the neuroendometabolic response system. This circuit encompasses the immune system, the GI tract, and the microbiome, and it can be weakened by chronic inflammation, which overtaxes the immune system. The mullein tea can help reduce this inflammation. You can make this beverage with commercial tea bags or with the dried leaves of the plant. They're readily available at many stores across the country. Alternatively, you can grow the plant, harvest the leaves and dry them yourself. If you want a sweeter tea, you can add the mullein flowers to the dried leaves also. To make the tea, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of the leaves to a cup of boiling water. Steep for 10 to 15 minutes. Strain to remove the remaining leaves. You can then add dried spearmint, maple syrup, honey, lemon or cinnamon if you want. Much of the research done on mullein has been done using the extract. This form is especially safe for topical use. You can also boil the leaves and inhale the steam for a clogged nose. Used in the short term, users are unlikely to experience any side effect from taking mullein tea. However, a few side effects have been reported. Firstly, contact dermatitis can occur. This is a red, itchy rash, typically resulting from an irritant to the skin. Ensure that you do a patch test first before allowing the leaves to come in full contact with your skin. Additionally, if you have sensitive skin, you might want to avoid direct contact altogether. Also, the plant has fuzzy leaves with tiny hairs on them, and these hairs can get suspended in the air during cultivation and they can irritate your throat. If you have a perforated eardrum, don't apply the mullein ear drops into your ear. You should also stop using the drops if you feel discomfort after using them, or if you don't notice any changes after a couple of days. It's always best to talk to a healthcare professional before starting any remedy. Pregnant and breastfeeding women should also talk to their doctor before using mullein tea. Mullein tea is made from the leaves of the mullein plant. Other than its refreshing taste, the tea has several potential health benefits, including antibacterial activity, relief from respiratory conditions, better digestive health, and reducing inflammation. To book a consultation or to learn about herbs, supplements, and natural treatments, check out my website.